Hi everyone, we are here at Clams Man 91.
I just love the name of this place, Clams Man, so unique.
Yeah, so this place is known for their Lala pot, and I was very happy to find one Lala pot near to the KSL area. Because this is the area that we tend to come so that we can quickly go back to the CIQ.
I've never tried Lala Hotpot before, this is my first time. I've seen it in Singapore, but never ever tried it, so very excited to try this Lala Hotpot. We have ordered two different types of, pots. One is the shrimp clam pot, and the other one is
the giant cheese shrimp or giant cheese prawn.
So what they have done for the shrimp clam pot is that they have taken shrimp or prawns and they've inserted it into the lala or the clams, and then they've given us also more clams. So it's a pot full of clams and shrimp.
Yeah, and this is the other pot of plate of clams that we're supposed to put it in after we finish this. So it's already been boiling, and I think the soup is like being reduced. So let's see. So this is how big it is. Pretty big, right, the shrimp?
The shrimp looks large and succulent and nice color, and the broth looks nice and full of flavor actually. So it's like quite a milky looking broth.
Very garlicky, a bit spicy.
Yeah, interesting, flavorful broth, garlicky broth. I think I'm gonna spend most of the video hiding behind this thing because they've actually circled the hot pot and the charcoal stove with this metal thing. I guess it's to protect us. But below the pot is actually a charcoal fire. So it's very traditional, hot pot cooked with charcoal.
The shrimp is stuffed inside the lala. So if you actually take out the shrimp, right, you can still eat the lala.
So together with this meal, we've also ordered a plate of pork belly, and for drinks, I've ordered a soursop juice.
So in the menu, they only have they have 4 selections for lala pot. Actually, I wouldn't think this shrimp is giant cheese shrimp is lala pot, but it's in a clay pot. I mean, they have 4 main course choices, and the rest are like accompaniment that you can put inside the pot. And they also offer a set menu in that sense, like 2 pots plus pork belly, which is the one that we ordered.
This place, ambience is quite interesting. It's like this big warehouse-looking thing just by the roadside. Very airy, very通风.
Yeah, it's pretty open to the elements. I think it's like starting to drizzle, so we had to move the seats.
So I just managed to deshell my first shrimp. I took it out of the clam shell, and basically there is even a clam inside the clam shell. So I'm eating a prawn with a clam stuck to it. They didn't give us any dipping sauce, so I guess you're just supposed to eat it as is. Hot.
Yeah, it's very hot.
The texture of the shrimp is very nice and bouncy. A lot of flavor, very good.
The flavor is mainly garlic and pepper. That's how it tastes. And of course, I think the lala makes the broth base taste. Actually, I'm very happy to find Lala Pot here in this area because when Lala Pot started to be very popular in our social media, the ones in JB, I tend to see that the location are mainly in the Austin Hill area or somewhere further up. And I was a bit worried because most of the places only open after 5. Actually, I don't understand. Why do Lala Hot Pot open only after 5? Can't they open
Seems like
for lunch?
it's a dinner kind of a thing.
Yeah, but lunch also can, right? Therefore, for me, when we have to do a dinner time, right, you don't have to be too far from the CIQ because we have a train to catch, and our train is like scheduled timing. Therefore, this actually is a perfect location for us.
As this pot continues to boil, I can taste that the clam, I guess the broth is starting to be seasoned by all the clams and the prawns inside. Because the broth is getting sweeter and sweeter.
Do you know what this broth reminds me of?
The pepper bak kut teh.
Yeah, pepper bak kut teh. That was what I was thinking. Wow, this tastes like those pepper bak kut teh, but without the pork base. Yeah, very peppery.
I think it's nice. I think you can just drink this as a soup. When they first served the two pots, there was like a little process they each went through to prepare the pots. For the prawn, the cheese prawn, that was very interesting. They actually served it with, I think just with like 2 slices of cheese on top, and then they pour a lot of cheese on top of that. So the whole like presentation of the food. The prawn looks so big, right? Smothered in cheese. Looks really nice. The prawn is a really good size. It's really smothered in cheese. Very nice.
Yeah, the prawn is quite big. But I was a bit concerned because the first prawn that I ate, right, when I tried to take it out of the shell, it broke into a few pieces. I'm not sure if I'm correct, but I thought last time, I thought that prawn should come out in one piece. Otherwise, if it's like, come out in different pieces, it's not as fresh. But I could be wrong. I'm not so sure.
I don't know, but when I ate it, I think it was pretty nice.
Yeah, it tastes quite okay. Quite nice.
It tastes good to me. I like it.
But it's more like, how do you call it? It's more...
Maybe it's more barbecued.
It's not the bouncy prawns. It's more like powdery prawns.
I don't get that though.
Yeah.
Really trying to dig everything out of the prawn shell. I guess they serve it at the prawn head, so there's a lot of things you can dig from the head. I think it's very nice.
But in terms of taste, I think it's nice. The texture, something that I'm not so sure. I had 3 prawns already, and mine all come out in pieces, in segments. It didn't come out as one whole piece. I don't know whether my belief in prawn 101 is right or not. That it should come out as one whole piece.
Mine came out as one whole piece.
If you know whether a prawn should be one whole piece or it should come out in pieces, or if it is okay to come out in pieces, in parts, whether there's anything wrong with that, let us know in the comments.
There's so much cheese left in the pot. I feel like just scooping it out and just eating the cheese. It's
The
all
bread.
like, yeah, it looks like it's like clinging to the side, so it's like nice and looks like getting a crispy even.
Yeah. I don't have issues with the flavor. I think the cheese is quite nice, and it's well marinated. Therefore, I think the prawns is a pass. I mean, it's not bad. If my concerns are okay.
To me, I think it's I'm enjoying this meal quite a lot. Actually, I think the prawns are nice. The shrimp clam pot is nice as well. I'm gonna taste the broth again to see whether it got even better. Getting better each time I try.
Now I can taste the Shaoxing wine. We put in the pork belly. How long do you think it should take?
I think it's as like shabu shabu, not very long.
Shabu shabu. I don't think so shabu, right?
The pork belly is done.
I think we better take it all out. How many are there?
Quite a few.
The pork belly is very fatty. It's quite nice. Makes me feel more like a bak kut teh now because there's a pork and there's a bak kut teh broth.
Yeah, pork is quite nice. Very tender. Full of the broth flavor.
Yeah.
You're not used to eating this kind of thing without the sauces, but it tastes very nice.
We have put in the side plate of clams in, and it's quite a lot, right? Yeah, it's like a whole bowl of clams, and the guy came and then he covered the top of this clay pot and let it boil for about maybe 3 to 5 minutes. Yeah.
More like 10 minutes maybe.
10 minutes.
And now it's ready and it's really bubbling. All the clams have opened up beautifully, so can't wait to take them and try. We just realized that they also have sauces here over the other side.
Yeah, we have almost finished everything already, or halfway already.
So they have like the fresh chili sauce, they have the Thai green chili sauce, they have cut chilies, they have some like green onions, some garlic, some ground peanuts, right? And soy sauce. So quite a lot of, I guess, sauces that you can mix together to have with your food.
The table beside us had a clams dish. I think they ordered the extra large clams. And
Huge.
the performance of the whole setting of the fire was a lot much massive than ours. It was a big fire, right? And the server was asking them, "Hey, do you want to take for social media?" But they just couldn't be bothered. But that was a better show than ours. Ours was a light fire.
Maybe I'm luckier than her. All my prawns came out in one pool. One solid piece.
Now, I'm really curious whether I'm right or wrong. But I say I could be wrong. Because that could be like maybe a wives' tale or whatever, I don't know. You know, at first I was a bit worried that it would not be enough for us. I even asked them whether we need to have rice to go with it. But at this point, we have not finished 100% of everything. I really feel very full.
Yeah, I think the size is pretty good. There's so many prawns inside the cheese prawn hot pot. I think that's quite worth it, I think. Big, lovely prawns. Go so well with the cheese.
Yeah, the plate of this cheese giant prawn is 108 ringgit and 80 cent, I think, or 90 cent. But it's quite okay. I mean, it's quite a good price for this kind of size of prawns. And this Lala Hotpot is Lala Shrimp Hotpot. Is slightly cheaper. I think it is 98 ringgit, something like that. I will show you the price later. Yeah, but I think that this is not bad as well. However, after seeing the big show, right, as well as the size of the clams of the other one, I have a bit of a regret. I have a bit of a regret that I didn't order the bigger size clams.
I think for this shrimp clam hot pot, I think the shrimp may not be like the fresh shrimp, like the
100% prawn kind of shrimp.
yeah. They look a bit like the processed prawn. They don't look like a
Maybe it mixed with some meat, some flour, you know.
yeah, a bit like a prawn cake kind of thing.
Yeah.
But it tastes very nice still. But maybe if it was a fresh prawn, maybe it'll be more interesting. But it's still a very lovely dish. Something that I enjoyed as well. If you want to order just one, my choice will be the cheese prawn. What will yours be?
Yeah, I think it would be the cheese prawn. I think between these two, other than my concern about the prawn, I think the taste-wise and the portion size is really not bad. Yeah. I think overall, this is quite a good place to try Lala Hotpot if you have not tried before in JB. This is actually our first time. Yeah, and I think that it's a good introduction. I don't know whether this is the best because this is the first time that we have tried Lala Hotpot in JB. But I think that this is not too bad and it is a good location for us to come to. Therefore, if you are near this area, KSL, near the KSL area, yeah, you might want to just pop by and try it. But know that it only opens after 5 p.m. just as every Lala Hotpot is. So you have to come only for dinner.
Clams Man 91.
And I don't understand why is it 6楼. This is not even 6th floor.
Yeah, the name somehow has a 6楼in it.
Yeah,
maybe this is
6楼
not the
Lala
original location.
Hotpot. If you know why is it called the 6th floor, let us know in the comments section. Thank you for watching this video.
If you enjoyed it, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe.
Ring the notification bell below so that you will be notified of our new videos and watch our other videos here.
See you in the next video.